this vision here is
it's
an archway which is constructed from parts of buildings. Is that actually the vision, or is that you're alluding
exactly
to?
It's almost the march of architecture, isn't it?
Okay, yeah.
That in fact that's what it is. It's still buildings. It's things that, but it's a human form, but it's made up of structures that we are in danger of becoming. We are actually making ourselves slaves to this kind of thing. And some of these pieces in here are from the 60s, 70s. These pieces of architecture.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of there's an architect called Seifert who built.
Oh, I know Seifert. Yeah, he was one of the. He would have put some of this stuff.
Didn't
he do Centre Point?
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
did, and also Kingsreach Tower, just
right.
next to Blackfriars. But I mean,
Bridge.
the fact that the motorway is sort of veering off into a kind of devilish tale.
I thought that. So it's partly a demonic idea, and I think, well, it's a drawing, so I can do it that way, and I also think that it's going into London. It's the motorway.
Yeah,
and it could be coming from its backside. Going into London, and that's about as much as people know now. That's about as much as people recognize about things. Is that it's practically we live in a life that somehow come out of somebody's backside.
I mean, that's quite a negative and sort of
it is.
Grim sort of.
Well, why not do it so that somebody shouldn't shoot me down and say, well, I don't agree with that. It's a bit negative, a bit pessimistic, aren't you? And I thought, well, yes, I'm pessimistic because I think I'm being optimistic. I think it could be worse than that.
Yeah, but I suppose that's a cartoonist's job as well, isn't it, to provoke? And I think it's a grim image, but there's obviously humour in it as well. Because it's so fantastical and sort of ludicrous in a way.
It's a super stupid thing. But yeah, it's the kind of thing that they might want to put up just so people could talk about it and discuss it and not ignore it. Because if you ignore it, we're already back to square one for the Olympics of 2012. If that was the idea of it, to create something, is it something aspirational you want, or is it something to warn you that it could get bad? So that, talking about the entrance to London, to me, it's a sort of, although it's foreboding, it has a sense of foreboding in it, it's a reminder, that's all, that you can go through there, and at the end of the Olympics, you could pull it down, because you didn't see any of it. Or that the Frankenstein that you made became humanitarian. I mean, I don't know how, but the problem with being idealistic is that it's totally unpractical. You can't make bits of ink here and there when I needed it. And, pieces that I found and put together and eventually made up the piece that became me.